Have you ever felt guilty for saying no? We often say yes when we mean no. Today, we are talking about the power of saying no without being rude. It is a skill. It can save your time and energy. I want you to think about one situation where you wish you said no. Keep that in mind. The larger question behind the power of saying no is not just what to say, but how to enter the conversation without sounding defensive. In this moment, a warm English learning podcast beat about the power of saying no.
Why is saying no so hard? We worry about disappointing people. But think about it. Every time you say yes to something you don't want, you are saying no to yourself. That creates resentment. Learning to say no politely is actually a form of self-respect. It shows you value your own time. In real English, context controls tone more than the dictionary meaning of a single word. The same request can sound polite, insecure, confident, or aggressive, depending on the frame around it. That is why a good podcast explanation slows down for the frame before it jumps to the phrase.
One useful phrase is, "I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit to that right now." It is polite and clear. It does not make excuses. Another is, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." This gives you time to think. It is better than a rushed yes. The phrase worth keeping is, "What I mean is," it helps you explain your idea more clearly. The important distinction is between a feeling and a case. A feeling says, "I want this." A case says, "Here is why this request is reasonable."
Here is the practical version. Start with the situation, name the reason, then make the request without apologizing for existing. The sentence can be calm, but it still has a spine. That fits this scene because a warm English learning podcast beat about the power of saying no. A realistic version might begin with a soft entry. I wanted to talk about my compensation and the value I have been bringing to the team. Then the speaker can add evidence. Over the past year, I have taken on more responsibility and helped deliver measurable results.
The nuance is register. A casual phrase can sound friendly with a friend, but careless at work. A formal phrase can sound respectful, but distant if it is overdone. Good English lives in that middle space where the words match the relationship. The nuance is that polite English is not always softer English. Sometimes the most respectful sentence is the one that is direct enough to save everyone from guessing. What makes it polite is the structure. Acknowledge the situation, state the evidence, and make the request without blame. If the company has budget constraints, the speaker can recognize that without surrendering the point.
So the takeaway is not to memorize one perfect sentence. The real skill is learning the shape. Acknowledge the moment, choose a respectful tone, and make the meaning unmistakable. When learners understand that shape, they stop translating and start sounding intentional. The takeaway is that fluent English is not about sounding fancy. It is about matching your words to the room, the relationship, and the outcome you want. For this topic, the useful pattern is simple. Open professionally, give evidence, name the request, and stay calm if there is resistance. That pattern works because it protects both confidence and respect.